When loving also means deciding. Hello friends, here we are again with another difficult video, and unfortunately one that is more common than you might imagine. She was already a mother when love knocked on her door again. It didn't arrive as a surprise. It arrived cautiously, with fear, with questions she had never had to ask herself before. Because this time, she wasn't alone. There were children. There was a previous story. There was a past that could not be erased. And that changed everything. She was coming from a relationship that didn't work out. A story that ended, but never fully disappeared. Because when there are children, the past doesn't stay behind. It walks with you. Her children were her center, her priority, her boundary. Every decision passed through them first. Every step, every doubt, every hope. And when she met her current partner, that was the first thing she made clear. My children come with me. He accepted it, or at least, that's how it seemed. At first, everything was careful, respectful. With a prudent distance, he knew he was not their father. He knew there was a previous story. He knew he had to enter carefully, or at least, that's what she believed. Over time, living together changed the rules. They were no longer visits. They were no longer occasional shared moments. It was a home, routines, daily decisions. And little by little, he began to take up a bigger space. At first, she was grateful. She thought it was support, that it was commitment, that it was love. He helped. He gave opinions, he corrected. And she, often tired, let herself be helped. But something started to make her uncomfortable. It wasn't a single moment. It was the accumulation of small gestures, orders she hadn't asked for, corrections she hadn't been consulted about, decisions that didn't go through her. He said he did it for the good of the children, that someone had to set limits, that if they lived together, he also had to educate them. And she didn't know what to think. Because it wasn't easy. Part of her understood. Part of her was grateful. Part of her felt relieved not to carry everything alone. But another part started to feel guilt. Guilt for allowing too much. Guilt for not stopping it in time. Guilt for not knowing whether she was betraying something important. Her children were not his. They had a father, absent at times, present in his own way, but a father nonetheless, and she knew that place could not be replaced. She began to ask herself, how far can my partner go? Where does support end and imposition begin? Am I protecting my children or avoiding conflict? She didn't want to seem ungrateful. She didn't want to break the relationship. She didn't want him to feel like he wasn't part of the family. But she also didn't want her children to grow up confused, or to feel like someone had been imposed on them. Arguments began to appear. Not loud, not explosive, subtle. I just want to help. If someone doesn't discipline them, no one will. In this house, there are rules. And she grew quieter and quieter, because when you are a mother, guilt weighs twice as much. Guilt if you allow. Guilt if you don't allow. Guilt if you choose a partner. Guilt if you set boundaries. She started to notice changes in her children. Not big changes. Small ones. Short answers. Avoidant looks. Silences that hadn't existed before. And that woke her up. Because romantic love is important, but children's emotional well-being is sacred. One night, alone, she thought about something she had avoided for a long time. That loving someone does not mean giving them absolute authority. That sharing a life does not mean erasing previous stories. That a partner does not automatically replace a father. She understood that her role as a mother cannot be delegated. It can be shared, but it cannot be handed over without limits. And then she made a difficult decision. To speak, not from accusation, not from complaint, but from truth. She explained that she appreciated his support, that she valued his presence, but that her children needed something different. That upbringing had to be built together. That respect is earned, not imposed. That she needed to continue being the bridge, not the obstacle. It was not an easy conversation, because setting boundaries with someone you love hurts. And hearing boundaries hurts too. He felt questioned. She felt vulnerable. But something important happened. For the first time, she chose herself as a mother, without ceasing to be a partner. And this is where this story becomes reflection. Final reflection. If you are a woman who has children from a previous relationship and today shares her life with a new partner, listen to this calmly. Your partner can accompany you, can support you, can be an important figure. But upbringing is not imposed. It is built. Your children do not need more authority. They need emotional security, and that security begins with you. You are not obligated to choose between being a mother and being a partner, but you are called to set clear boundaries. Because when you don't set them, someone else will, and not always in the best way. Talking does not break families. Poorly handled silence does. Advice for women in this situation: do not minimize what you feel. Do not ignore the signs. Do not carry alone decisions that should be shared. Loving also means setting boundaries. Protecting also means making others uncomfortable. And being a mother sometimes means saying, "This is as far as it goes." Your children are watching you. They learn from how you choose, from how you position yourself, from how you respect yourself. And teaching them that is also education. Until the next video, a strong hug.